You're such an asshole.
So I had an enjoyable exchange with one of our agents in the field. He sent me a request, and it was such an interesting story, an interesting background. I had questions. I said, "Well, wait, how did this work again? Well, why didn't it do this? And what happened?" And in reading through this story here and this exchange I've had with this young man, I think we're going to all have a good case study. Another little sand there of empirical evidence. Um, I just how uninterested girls are in you guys. I hate to keep beating that horse, but I think we got this. Look, 2022, or maybe your New Year's resolution 2023 should be for anyone. I mean, really, if you're not in the top 10%, this is what you're going to deal with. What should you use? Do you want to keep dealing with it? So, link down below is the book of numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. It's not tongue in cheek, guys. I wish it was a funny, haha book. I'm like, no, this is the number one thing men that spend the resources on. As an economist, I'm compelled to write this and do this analysis, and it is the number one book you could probably read. And though not related, the minimalism course is open. Achieving Minimalism Theory and Practice. That's linked below. So the guy says to me, he says, "Howdy, Cappy, returning customer with a field report. This is from about 3 years ago, so it may be a little outdated, but I think it can still apply today. During my junior year in college, I got back on dating apps again to try and give it a shot. Naturally, I did the time-tested technique of swiping right on every profile without even bothering to look at who it was. This was before I started working out regularly, so my scrawny ass was only able to match with the occasional basic fat chick about once every month. I would go on and off with this occurrence until one day I just said F it and came up with the dumbest thing I could think of. And I had an idea like yours, I called it the relationship fish. This is back in the blogging days. But here's I came up with a dumb idea. Is it really dumb? Is it really dumb, or are you just creative? And here's the thing that what I love about what you came up with should have been it is a display of creativity and cleverness and intelligence. Not one girl picked up on it. Not one girl. Even you thought this is dumb. Well, okay, yeah, it is kind of dumb, but it was clever. So I want you to point that out. You came up with a clever thing, and no one realized it was clever. I recreated my Tinder profile so that all it was a single picture of a tiny rock with a crudely drawn on smiley face. The name was Advice Rock, and the caption read, "Behold, it is I. For millennia, I have watched and waited for someone to stumble upon my abode so that I might grant them wisdom. State your desires that I might offer counsel." All right, ladies, Top Gun, the first one, not the second one. Top Gun, if you've seen it. No, it doesn't look good. What do you mean it doesn't look good? Doesn't get to look any better than that. It doesn't get any better than this, ladies. If you're so far up your own ass with your cell phones and your swipey swipes, and I don't know, I honestly, what your dad? I know your dad's not around. I know your dad's aren't around. This would be, hey, this should, in that little girl brain of yours, this should go, bing. This is different. This guy is different. But no, I don't know what. Ooh, shiny object on the boob tube. So, but that's clever, sir. That's clever. Now, the college I went to had around 7,000 students with 60% female. After one day, I had 99 plus likes. Right. It was, you had a good little shtick. It was a funny joke. It was an absolute tidal wave of women that still blows my mind to this day. Every single girl that I swiped on was a match with most almost instantly responding to my opening line of me asking them what they desire. I used to take screenshots of the wildest responses, but after 3 years of not needing them, I just ended up deleting them. You should not have. That was a great sociological experiment. You should have, if you still have them, I know you still have some, but you should save those. I'm not saying post them, obviously not with names or anything like that. But hold on to that stuff so that if you need to look back in your past. I had a journal one time. It was 800 pages long because, like, on when there was no school, there's nothing to do but write. And I ended up going back through it, and it was incredibly depressing how bad a writer I was. Oh, I was horrible writer. But there were like bits and pieces like, I forgot about that. That happened. You should save these things so you're reminded, no, I wasn't crazy. No, oh, I didn't misremember it as bad. No, things were that bad. That's what it was. Here's a rough breakdown from my best guess of the responses from hundreds of women. Okay, so hundreds or 100? So let's just recap because I was a little bit confused. So he created a Tinder profile of a smiley rock. It just said, behold, boo-ba-doo, been waiting here millennia. Tell me what you desire and I shall pass on my wisdom. It was cute. It was funny. Outstandingly clever. You should be able to pull something from this. But here's the responses, right? This is A+ level game, internet game, online dating game, whatever you want to call it. Here it is. 30% never responded. Now, they matched him 1/3 after he responded. They never responded back. Okay? 30% asked why they couldn't find love, a good guy, followed by a word vomit of their problems. All right? So another third, presumably claiming they want guys. Here's the guy. Here's the clever guy in front of you. 20% food, usually mac and cheese. That's what they desired. Ask what it is that you desired. 5% asked for weed. 5% responded, I don't know, and then ghosted. So now my plan at this point, I'll follow up on this with my questions. My plan at this point was to offer some advice on their issues and then try to work that into a meetup. Adorable, I know. Absolutely clever, dude. Absolutely clever. Unfortunately, this was before I was introduced to the red pill via Better Bachelor, so all my advice was the most painful blue pill BS that makes me cringe to this day. Yep, you should save that so you know how bad you were too. Nothing ever happened though, but it was amazing to see what they were willing to share with a stupid rock on the internet. What'd you call him? What'd you call him? Advice rock. Oh God. Boo. Hey, look. Okay, buddy, listen to me. Okay, you got your rock, right? Do it now. Just go ahead and do it now. And the reason I'm recommending go ahead, do it now is because you're not going to compete against me because my audience is largely men. You know, women aren't going to like actually seek. I mean, you could try to dispense red pill advice, but you could go ahead and do this. I don't know, would it be Tinder or YouTube or something? I guess you'd have to start with Tinder or whatever. I'm saying there's some potential here with Advice Rock. If you, speaking generally to men here, live in a populated area, especially a college town, I highly recommend trying this repeatable experiment to see if you get the same results. Well, see if this ever goes viral, though, which it won't. Yeah, Advice Rock. Mine was called Relationship Fish. Just absolutely, but save your results to see if you get the same results. I like a video response, please, to see your reaction and thoughts. P.S. I also tried this with Advice Lobster. Lobsters are gross. They're not. Lobsters aren't pretty. But that one wasn't as well received, laughing out loud. So I asked the guy. That's hilarious, but you have none of the responses or images or anything. And how did you pivot from being Advice Rock to getting them on date? Am I to assume you had no dates or successes? They were just using it as a fun app instead of thinking there was a guy there. And he says, here's Pet. Oh, and so you sent a picture of you and your buddy doing this Rocky Mountain hike. And I'd love to show everyone the picture of these two guys. These two guys are in shape. They're standard goofy 20-something guys. They're flexing. They're on top of I could say Odom Point somewhere in Colorado. Beautiful scenery. You guys are out there having fun. Look, girls, I know it gets better than this. They may not be 6'2". They may not make $250,000. And maybe that's and I don't think either of them have a criminal record. So I know these guys are not the top of top percent. But just looking at these two goofballs having fun, hiking, living life, enjoying, they're not sitting there at home playing the video games, moping about. One guy came up with Relationship Rock. I don't know what his friend is, but he probably can't be too far away from this guy's intelligence level. It doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't, girls. It really doesn't. And I know, mama wants what mama wants. And if these two, but that's fine. That's fine. But, longer term in the realm of reality, you girls, well, I want that Ferrari. Well, you don't have the money for a Ferrari, but here's a really good Mustang. I don't want your money. And there's no doubt I'm going to take a gamble. You're going off on a limb. I bet you these two guys would make some girls very happy. Very happy. Oh. So there's him and his buddy goofing around. And he says, hi, Cappy. Unfortunately, I don't have any records of it since I only ended up doing this for a few weeks, but before I actually started to get depressed looking through the responses. See, okay, you were a blue pill back then, so now you could repeat this experiment with no emotional attachment or expectations. Almost like a macabre fascination, like, how many are going to get this? Now, how many, like, really? There are only so many times you can read the same repetitive, self-destructive BS before you start to hate life, as I'm sure you understand. Yes, but I don't get involved in it. I try not to get emotionally caring about it at all. I take my money and run. However, I was able to find the exact picture I used as a photo for the account linked below. I can only assume that the girls were on Tinder for the usual reasons: attention, praying at the altar of T-Rash and Chad, etc. I think physiologically it was easier for them to come clean with their issues since they could disassociate with the non-judgmental feel of the profile, kind of like how some therapists use sock puppets with kids to get them to open up. Ladies, again, I don't know if you would pay attention to this, aside from the fact you use paragraphs. That's a pretty well-written paragraph. A lot of thought went into that and his analysis and explaining of it. I can't find any smart guys. Do you pay attention to what guys write? My main goal was mainly to see how the ladies would respond to this. When I started getting the influx of matches, that changed into a way for me to practice coming up with witty banter and improv responses. Good. You're getting your practice. There was one time I was able to get a meetup, though. Okay, here we go, boys. You ready for the field report? Here we go. Super, like this guy launches a rocket. Everyone sees it. Couple girls, ooh, shiny thing in the sky. I was walking back to my dorm room one night going through my matches. I was talking to this really cute blonde chick. She was obviously one of those club rat party sleuths, and I sent my copy paste, "What is it that you truly desire?" line. She responds with a milkshake, laughing out loud. Without thinking it would lead to anything, I said, F it, why not? YWA. What's YWA? My dorm, why not? YWA. Okay. My dorm was in the middle of the campus, and directly across from it was the late night food court. Turns out she was sitting with her friends on one of the outside tables directly in front of my building. I didn't even notice her since she had her back to me when I was walking by. Wow, the chances you walk right past. I tell her that I'm literally in the building right next to her and walked back out to meet her. She was sitting with three of her friends, and I walked up, introduced myself, and took a seat. There you go. You attacked the herd. At that time, I had absolutely no game or social skills, but managed to get the girl's Snapchat. I don't know what that means. Is that how the kids are meeting this week, or was that so 2020? What is the Snapchat? After about a minute of awkward small talk, I went into the food court and got us both milkshakes. I can only assume that when I left, they immediately tried to think of a way to get me to leave them alone, because when I came back, it was a completely different vibe. They all stayed glued to their phones with bit shields raised up to full power. About a minute, I just gave up and left. Yep. I don't know what you girl. I know. I know. I don't know how. It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get to look any better than that. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't. It really doesn't, ladies. That's about it. That's the best we can muster up. Otherwise, you can go play the Tyrone and Chad lottery, which is fine. And if you weren't physically attracted to the guy, that's fine. But this was unacceptable, incredibly impolite behavior. That is such middle school girl bullshit. That is rude. And if you girls wonder where guys get their opinions nowadays, this is it. Now, I can't remember, all the different instances, but there are several instances like this. Go up, talk to a bunch of people, particularly at nightclubs. You went through all that clever creation and innovation You even bought the milkshake. Like, okay, kind of a layup. I'll grant you that. And then they do that. Instead of just like being civil and nice and asking about you, nope. Becky. Oh, grody. What? You had glasses or something. You're not that bad looking. I mean, I'm assuming you didn't stink. I'm assuming you had your act together. After about a minute, I just gave up and left. Yeah, that's. I don't want to hear you complain. I really don't. I really don't. All in all, I thought it was a pretty eye-opening experience and would really recommend it if you, generally speaking, have the stomach for it. Well, I would go in there, and if I would see them all on their phones and talk a little bit, you did exactly what you should. You're like, hey, what's going on? Here's your milkshake. And right there, she should have smiled and left, said thank you, and talked to you. But they didn't. And did you learn anything from this experience? We're going to keep adding grains of sand to the balance, to the balance here, girls. I'm trying to think of an instance where there'd be a counter where I was just sitting there and some random thing and a girl came up and did me a random act of kindness. And it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. Again, girls are not that interested. I get it. But to be as rude as this, that, wow. I mean, even just like, he's a cool, funny guy. Maybe he's a friend. But yeah, man, I mean, look, clever, funny, pulled it up, had the balls to walk up to a group. Yeah, well, and just so you know, that's to be expected. That's to be expected. It's not the same numbers. It reminded me where I asked all 31 girls, maybe it was, I'm pretty sure it was 31 obviously unattached girls at a jazz club to dance one time, where I was just like, got shot down 3 or 4 times. Like, I'm going to ask every single girl here to dance. Not one said yes. Like, okay, I don't know what else to deliver. I literally don't know what else to deliver. Like, and this is, if you didn't know the story, I came back from my banking job, so I was in a suit, but I had just gone and taught dance class at night, knew how to dance, jazz club, dance floor, Vic Volari and the Volari Lounge Orchestra, right there. Hey, you want to dance? No. Oh, you want it? No. No. You want it? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then you got, oh, there is that little interest. That little interest. At least the girls, when they shot me down, were polite. That raises the hair on my back. Not in a scary way, but an angry way. Like, that is incredibly rude. So it's not an issue of stomaching it. You would almost have to approach such a thing. And I would recommend any of you guys, when you're approaching, is it's an experiment. It's for entertainment. Don't take it personally. I'm actually thinking about starting it again since I'm in a different town now. So if you want updates, just let me know the best way to send them in. I would, I don't know what format, because you're younger. Would it be TikTok? Would it be Tinder? You got the idea. You'd know which platform. But yes, I'd be absolutely fascinated about the adventures of Advice Rock. And you and Matt Hussey could go. Oh, it would be. And you're right about another thing is like, yeah, the disassociation, like it's not a guy, it's Advice Rock. You could totally see it. Keep a spreadsheet, categorize responses, get some pie charts, get some hardcore, and you wouldn't even have to do it that long. I think you'd have to do it just maybe a month or two. And who says you have to meet up with these girls? You don't have to do it in your neighborhood. Go do that, see what the responses are, put together a post or an analysis, and there you go. It's kind of like sneaking a clandestine agent into, it's just Advice Rock. Tee-hee. Girls, look at this. It's Advice Rock who give us advice. The only real issue is, like, would you want to give them red pill advice? In which case, Advice Rock would not be. I would just go blue pill advice. Just tell them what they want to hear. I would absolutely just give them the Oprah advice, whatever you think it is. Oh, you just haven't found the right one, whatever. And then just like see how far you could go. Because I think the goal should be to gather data. Because you're not gonna get kids to eat broccoli. You're not gonna get these young ladies to pay attention, like, empirical advice that's gonna work in the real world. You could even like set up your buddies. That might be something you could do. Say, well, I am merely a rock. I'm not capable romantic human relationships, but I do know some friends of Advice Rock, who I might be able to set you up with, and you can help out your buddies, or you have you got Advice Rock profile, and then you got your own profile, and then the cute ones you save for yourself. Like, well, here's this guy, or ones you think they're within your range. But yeah, that'd be a way to do it. So here's the Alpine Loop. Yes, it is a giant loop of the Colorado mountains that actually is a connector of Silverton and Ouray. Oh yeah, look, it goes over the hump there by the waterfall. I stayed in Silverton and I climbed Engineer Peak, which was south where you were. We actually picked up the ATV rental in Silverton. I grabbed a pic of my friend and me at one of the peaks, 13,000 above sea level, with a great view. I also attached that in case you're interested. I'm the one on the right. Hang on, Odom Peak. Where is that? I'm 550. I know the road. Odom Peak, the Ucumpadres. Odom Point. Oh, did you guys drive it? I guess if you did an RV. Engineer Pass. Alpine Loop. Where is it? Telluride. Is that on the other side? There's Ouray. Where's Telluride? There's Silverton. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong. Oh, you're on the east side. Oh, I didn't know. I thought there was a pass. There is a pass that goes over from Silverton to Telluride. You were running along the east side of 550. All right. I've never been on that side. Okay. There you go. You're so boring. You're so boring. Can I use the story? Can you use the thumbnail? Go for it. Rock. I'm gonna let you keep the rock, like the image. So if you need verification that you are the real Advice Rock, take no imposters. And then you said, oh, wait, hold up. I went digging through some old Snapchat conversations, actually found a few records. Turns out they get auto-saved if you send them to a friend. So he says, I am stone, immortal in my observation and guidance of humans. What answers does your heart desire, young one? And this pretty young gal says, should I get McDonald's or Taco Bell? Advice Rock would suggest, I like how you refer to yourself with the third person. Advice Rock would suggest a grilled chicken salad with no dressing. Then taking your dogs for a walk. Taking care of yourself will bring more happiness than any fast food. Another girl, hey, cutie. She even said, hey, cutie. See, look at that. I am stone, immortal in my observation and my guidance of humans. What does your heart desire, young one? You. And then, no, wait a minute. She said you. And what is your follow-up? You said, this does not please the stone. Come on, man. That was a layup and you didn't take it? Look, this is clever enough. You might actually get some successes. All right. So if one comes across the plate like that, you got to swing at it. I do like this. You could say this does not please the stone. The stone is pleased. Dungeons and Dragons type of talk. Let me see. I said, okay, let me go back here. I say, do you have any in-person success outside of Milkshake Girl? He says, yes, Milkshake Girl was the only example of a meetup I got out of dating apps. Throughout college, I talked to and asked out a handful of girls. I was even approached and asked out twice in 2 years. Well, that's not relationship, Rock. Unfortunately, up until this point, I was still only like a half step away from being a complete spurg, and it was only until senior year that I finally chill out and learn how to be a likable person in most regards. There was even one girl my sophomore year that went to the same club as me. Somehow I managed to blindly stumble my way into charming her so much that she actually dumped her high school long-distance boyfriend to try and date me. She was pretty cool overall, but had some attitude issues, and I wasn't physically attracted to her. Well, there you go. I mean, look, God, let's all... I'm critical somewhat of women's delusional expectations and demands of men. Yet at the same time, I understand you girls just aren't attracted to anyone unless they're a 10. I got it. So there has to be physical attraction. So, yeah, I don't want to waste your time with another wall of text. Pretty much end of the story. You've told the girl in college who kept asking you about her crush, Brian. Oh, yeah. I haven't talked to her since, but I'm pretty sure she hates my guts now. Well, the girl that had a crush on me and kept talking about Brian, she was hot. She was a really good looking girl. But your hotness doesn't matter if you're not going to have sex, which is where I drew the line. I'm like, no, I'm not going to go out with you. Why not? Well, you're not going to have sex, but I'll do a lot of other things. It's like, it's like a car that doesn't move, but it has a really great stereo. It's got really great air conditioning and heated seats. Like, yeah, but the main reason of a car is that it transports me places. But don't you want to just cuddle? I wonder, there's got to be. I wonder what percentage of girls would love a relationship that there was no sex, just cuddling and candles and watching really bad television. I wonder if that's, you're their cuddle pillow. You're the cuddle pillow. I don't know what percentage that is. There you go, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is going to go into the book. This goes into the book. If you do run with this, yeah, man, come up before you set up your accounts, I don't know, YouTube or whatever, set that up. But sit down and strategize and think it through about what platforms you're going to use, what kind of data you want to collect. Come up with a game plan before you invest the time and energy into it, because you don't even have to invest that much time and energy. It's going to take some. But I think a month of data, you'll get all you know. This doesn't have to be some 10-year longitudinal study. You'll get the information you need after like 200 data points easy. But well played. Bravo. Well played. Well played indeed. That was good. Good effort. Good effort. Anytime you girls come up with something that clever and witty, let us know. We'll just sit here and wait. If you guys kindly would, we're almost at 95,000 subscribers, 5,100 left to go to 100,000. If you would please sign up, subscribe, that'd be great. Donna says hello with love from Melbourne, Australia. She is my Australian mistress agent in the field. Alex Patino, the truck driving Latino agent in the field. He's in the house. Travis, didn't you advertise Worthless? Yes, I did. Long time ago. I owe a lot of my success to Tom Likas, where I advertised on his show, and it was very affordable. And him and Dino, great guys. Great. Without them, none of us would be here. Quite literally. So I call him Saint Likas. And if you guys go look up the old school Likas stuff, talking the 90s, man. Then I know you all think Rolo's old. Kevin C, $2. Hey, Cappy, is dating just a hobby now? No, not. I mean, for a lot of people, it is. For girls, it could be a hobby. It could be an enjoyable hobby, I guess. Guys, not really, unless again you're top tier, and then it's fun. You get the girls. There are some times I enjoyed dating. Obviously, it depended on the person, but overall, it was more of a chore than it was a hobby. When you're younger and you're a hornier guy, it seems like a lot of fun, and then you're just like, why am I tired? Why am I wincing and fearing something? Why do I have a bad suspicion? Why do I get the feeling there's a bad omen in the air? And then you realize it ain't that fun. Like, talk to Jack Napier over at Red Evening. He's right at that age, younger 30s, where, yeah, I've had all this great success, but it is getting tiring now. It, like anything else that's new, it's novel, it's fun. You get a little bit of success. But, like hunting deer, and now that you're sick and tired of being cold in a deer stand, pooping and peeing in a cold Wisconsin borderline winter at 10 degrees, and then you're like, oh, yay, I got a deer. Now you got to field dress it and gut it. Make sure you don't puncture the poop bag, haul it back, process it. And then after a while, you're like, you're filled with deer blood and guts, and you're looking for ticks and lice. And you're like, why am I doing this again? And then you just, you find other hobbies. But yeah, I guess for people in their 20s, it certainly isn't leading to anything else. It's not leading to a larger goal. It's not marriage. It's not a serious commitment. So yeah, it's a hobby, I think, for most people. Ron Suarez is in the house. Him and Donna are having a nice little love exchange. Jennifer Hart Ranth. Jennifer's here. We'll just say hi to Jennifer. I don't even think we got any super chats. Oh, wow. All right, here we go. 10 generous stars. Strangeosity. By the way, today's donations will go to buying into my poker entry fee for the local poker game this evening. Very exciting. Very exciting. Big money. Big money. Might win $30. Mm-hmm. $10. Catavore and exercise is key for happiness. I have a better sex life by myself than any of these fat, unhealthy couples are having. You're not wrong. You know, Strangeosity, there's the acerbic, the cynical. That's the quote of the day or the truth of the year. I'm having a better sex life by myself than any of these fat, unhealthy couples are having. You're about right. I think you are. Fit solo sex is way better than fat duo sex. Is he wrong? 1 if he is right, 0 if he is wrong. Really. Good quote. Good quote. The Blue Wrench, safetyphd.com. Tune in to the Safety Doc. Doc, how are you on every chat? Are you bored or something, man? I know cycling season is over. Is retirement that bad? Why don't you come fly out and visit old Cappy? You want to come to Vegas? Come there. We'll go do stuff. You don't have to sit there. We can go bum around. Ludas were like 16. Hey man, want to come over? You were wondering if anything changes when you're old. No, it's just now you have a driver's license and maybe you fly. Hey man, want to come over and play some golf? Yeah, man, I'll be over. Let me see. Except getting permission from your mom, you need permission from your wife. But I don't have to do that because I don't have a ring on this finger. But it is. Hey man, want to come over? Yeah, I'll catch a flight. We'll go fishing. All right, cool, dude. That's all it is. We just got money now. Tom has $2. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Tom. What is it, Saturday? Saturday. All right. I almost got enough money to buy into my game. Oh, here we go. Good. I think we clear. I think I got it. I think I got enough to buy into my game now. Goth Rocker 7, $5. Cappy, what is the point of dating? Way too much risk. I am not losing everything I work for. I have lost all trust in my. I have to disagree with this. All right. This whole worry that you're going to get falsely accused. Now, that being said, in hindsight, there were 2 instances. Definitely 2 instances. One, the girl that hit me because I said I didn't want to sleep with her or date her anymore. And she could have just said, oh, yeah, he hit me and banged up her wrist and all that. But no joke. I got hit and I was like, this girl's crazy. So I called up the cops. I'm like, just so you know, I got hit. I didn't start anything. And that was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call. There was another time where me and this girl, we fooled around, but there was no sex. And we're all with a group of people. The previous to that, not at the same time. We were all hanging out. Went back to, I think it was her place. Yeah, it must have been her place, her bedroom. And we were fooling around, but there was no sex. I'm like, okay. So, like, not even a week later, I see everyone at a venue. I can't remember where. I'm, oh, hey guys, what's up? Because we're all having a good time. And I thought maybe this girl would, finish the job, or go to the next level. And they all gave me the stink eye. And I didn't even pick up, like, oh, what's going on? And I didn't, like, huh. But then in hindsight, I'm like, well, they were kind of cold and standoffish. I'm like, maybe it's just Minnesota nice, or Minnesota ice, as you call it. Like, that's odd. That was weird. And then as I got older, I was like, wait a minute. This one guy in particular, he really was him. I'm like, what is that guy? Did I do something to him? What did I thought I was nothing but pleasant. And I'm like, did she walk out and they had to do the thing of shame and she had to, like, oh no, he forced himself in there? Like, something didn't add up. Everybody was having a good time. I got lucky-ish. Nothing. And then no one saying hi. Like, I recall I was like walking away. I'm like, well, they're not being very friendly. Maybe I'll just leave. I'm like, is that what happened? And so I understand your concerns, but we are talking 2 instances out of literally hundreds. Now that's still a risk. There's a 2 in 300 chance this parachute won't open. But I think with some wise moves, some insurance moves, candid conversation up front, stuff like that, video even. I mean, assessing quickly if the girl is crazy. Like if a girl says if she calls you up at 3 a.m. says we have to talk. No, you don't. You don't have to pick up the phone. She banging on your door. You don't have to answer it. Matter of fact, someone's banging on your door at 3 a.m. You should probably call the cops and say, hey, I need you to witness this. All right. Email exchanges, like the days of breaking up with a girl in person and being a man. Nope. No. Just like you don't tell your boss in person, you send them a letter over email, CCing other people with proof and evidence. You don't pick up the phone and have a conversation. Please email me back if you have any questions. But I think people go way too far. Oh, you're just going to end up in jail. It is a possibility, but you should still go on dates. There's nothing wrong with going on a date. I think where the issue comes in is when it comes to the physical interaction. That's where the risk is. Going to coffee, going to a movie, going to dinner, going bowling, nothing's going to happen. You're out in public, you're having a good time. Where you might want to watch your step is now you're going to other people's houses. Now I understand. That's a higher risks thing. But just going out and dating, there's nothing wrong with that. Go out and date, have fun. Take a girl to a war movie and then realize she's markedly more pissed off than when she went into it and say, what's wrong? Nothing. Like, oh, okay, bye. Did I do something wrong? You took me to a war movie. Yes, I did. I'm a pacifist. Didn't know that. They were eating hamburgers. You a vegetarian and pissed off? What? Maybe in hindsight, maybe you ought to just film and record everything. Honest to God, but go date, go ask a girl out, go to coffee, go dancing. Dancing is a fun activity, obviously. But yeah, I guess once it becomes physical, it looks like it's going to become physical. Nowadays, you have to be a lot more wary. I guess you do. And I guess filming, like saying, I'm sorry, I need to have proof of this conversation. If you don't feel comfy, like this is something wrong. Like she's got the star and sickle and Che Guevara up above her bedroom. Like maybe not. Maybe no. And I agree with Rolo on this one. Like, and they even use the verbiage enthusiastic consent. Like if the girl isn't ripping your clothes off and you gotta like negotiate, they call it last minute resistance. I totally side with Rolo. There was a not even a debate, but a difference. Like Roosh would talk about last minute resistance and how, oh no, I never do this. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And the whole underlying psychology or the theory was they really do. They're just looking for the excuse. They don't feel bad or slutty. I'm not deprogramming that bomb. I'm not doing that. Nope. Nope. And Rolo, I side with him where he's like, if it's not enthusiastic, I want nothing to do with it. I'm not going to negotiate that thing and sex. And so I think it's a very wise thing. Like, unless she's like ripping off her clothes, no. I will point out, just saying, that if you contract somebody for an actual transaction of financial exchange in a place where prostitution is legal and it is verified over text, you now have legal protection. Saying, no, we agreed to this. Here are the texts. It is legal in whatever county or Amsterdam or wherever you happen to be. Just pointing that out. But yeah, if there's any drama or resistance or anything, like, no, this is not the 8th grade. We try to go from outside the bra to under the bra. We're done with that. No, and your time is way more valuable. Yeah, so I'll let you go. Yeah, I'm gonna get home, get some sleep. No, well, maybe I'll give you a call tomorrow. Even then, a good policy. I mean, yeah, it's 2 out of 300, 400 maybe. Still get that. Hey, I enjoyed hanging out last night. Thanks for the date. And then you get that super happy fun text. And just like relationship rock, you save those screenshots. Yay. Isn't dating fun? On second hand, yeah, maybe just a night of video game and booze might be. I'm not losing everything. I have lost all trust with the woman. If you're really worried about that, put everything into a trust. Hide your money. I understand your sympathy, but I would not. I think it's overkill. You can go on dates. All right, go on dates, and hopefully you learn to trust the gal. She's trustworthy over enough dates, but. One. There you go. No one wants to ride a moped, huh? Kevin C, $5. Here's for the poker game. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much. Here we go. Nah, bro, Americans are weird like that. They're super nice when drunk. Then next morning, they don't even remember you and are standoffish. Drunk? You could be stone sober. That's Minnesotans for you. What's the only thing Minnesotans hate more than themselves? You guys ready for a joke? You want a joke? What's the only things Minnesotan hates more than themselves? I don't know, Aaron. What is the only thing they hate more than themselves? You. That's so much hate. Yeah. The snuggle struggle. Nope. Not doing that. No. I would have saved myself. Look, you ain't getting laid anyway. You save yourself so much that blue balls if it had you just okay. Well, basically you want her, you want to come up. Be perfect. Are we gonna have sex? No. Or you don't know? Oh, that's the word. No, I'm definitely not coming up then. When you're ready, I'm gonna go home and jerk off and play some Call of Duty. SJ, $2 Canadian. What are your plan B must-see locations? Oh, God, I don't know what my plan B is. I just have general regions, South and Central America, Alaska, which is not the United States. Russia is one of them. What else? Central Europe. Where else am I thinking? Oh, Asia. And the number one thing I'm looking at is weather. Obviously, Alaska would be last on that list, but that's why I'm looking. Cultural stability, weather, and thin people. I'm done looking at fat, disgusting American vomit, walking piles of vomit. I'm sick and tired of seeing disgusting people. Oh my God, Michael Kingswood, who everyone, if you're a fan of science fiction, I recommend you go to noncommunistsciencefiction.com, where Michael Kingswood is a science fiction author, but a non-communist one has all of his works up there. Obviously, you can subscribe to his channel. He has his own podcast. $10. Driving Uber. I've watched dozens of groups of 20-something women talking to each other. Words cannot express how vapid they are, with the rare exception, extremely rare. Yeah, it's not, guys. Let's find it again. These numbers were not fabricated. These numbers are not made up. Mike, you should just write it down. Just write down like a weekly or daily journal entry and just like record what these women say. And you could title the book, What Women Really Think About You. They don't like you that much. I'm just trying to help you girls out so these guys don't bother you no more. All right? Goth Rocker, $5. Had a friend that was accused of touching her in the car during the car ride to the date. No joke, very bad. Yeah, I'm admittedly, I'm talking about women now who are in their 40s, 50s, maybe some in their 30s. God, did I date that young? Oh yeah, I guess maybe there are a couple there that are that young. I don't know what it's like what 19-year-old girls are like or 20-some girls are like now. I mean, I get reports and field reports. I look at the data. Yeah, maybe they have even super hyper victim mentality. Maybe you guys do have to watch out for. I don't see how you're going to. Well, car ride to the date. He touched her. Okay, meet. Hey, you want to meet at coffee? Slow. Like I would. Okay, I think it's fair. You ain't picking girls up at their place anymore on the first date. That's not happening. Because most guys don't have a driver's license. Ha ha ha! Zoomer humor, sir. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, I think meeting at coffee and I don't know, but man, that coffee and bowling and you're just like peen touch now? No peen touch now. You know, I wait. I can see where they get tired. I can see it. I understand, guys. I understand. Maybe I'm old, Cappy. Maybe I should go back out into the field and try dating now. Purely as a study, like with no intention. Oh, that'll work out great. Yeah, the girl ends up really liking me. And then I'm like, yeah, actually, my name isn't, I go by the name Athamel Decula. My real name ain't Athamel Decula. This is all an experiment. I have a girlfriend. My real name is Chad Elkins, and I'm an accountant. And you can find the CPA Society over here. What's that? I've seen it way too many times. They're super friendly at parties when alcohol's involved. Then you see the same dude, gal, next morning in a coffee shop, and they say, hey, and they act weird as F. Well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I wasn't falsely accused or a bad story told me about something. Maybe they're just, yeah, maybe they kind of sucks. Like, I met some friends the other day. Hey, guys. Oh, why no one friendly anymore? Cappy, go away. Aiden Miney or mine, 5 British pounds, economics and logistics of pro versus civilian dating hookups. If both are likely to be a temporary arrangement, pro civilian went out. I'm not saying it again. I'm not saying it to be edgy. I will admit it is the economist in me that just cannot help and look at resources. Prostitution beats traditional dating in nearly every regard. If you're not looking for marriage or permanent long-term relationship, you're just looking for dating and hookups, yeah, go prostitution. It's cheaper, it's better. It's now, no, I haven't. I legitimate criticism. You haven't dated in a long time. You don't know what it's like on the dating apps. You're right. I don't. I did. Someone did pay me to go on Tinder and try that for a weekend. Holy waste of time, Batman. But no, I have not also had a lady of the evening. But I'm going to imagine, given all the money I pissed away to get laid the right way, I know for a fact that is like multiple times what it would cost me to go to wherever it's legal and pay for an evening and be done with it. And then the legal ramifications. Look, you save time, you save money. There's no drama. You get laid. She's willingly there. It's voluntaristic. Nobody's rights are being violated. There's no regret. She makes her money, you get laid, and maybe there's another, maybe you have a weekly session or something, no different than a psychologist or a therapist or anything else like that. But then there's also, if it's in a legal zone where it's allowed, text, there it is. Your Honor, here's our text exchange. No, I ain't going to jail. Michael Kingswood, $5. Regarding Rothgarker 7, ask me why I don't drive for Lyft anymore. We could do an entire stream. Did Lyft start not backing up their employees? Hey, Mike, can you send me an email? Is there like an article I can read? I mean, you should know about this. Look, guys, it only takes one. Well, that's not every woman. Yeah, but 2 out of 300. Old boy, hold me back to Casanova. Yeah, I am talking the sweet talker. You should have seen me when I was younger. I would have actually been somewhat charismatic. Wholesome DJ Aftershock. Twin Cities, Minnesota gals be like, if you're a Republican, swipe. Well, that's America. If you're a hardworking, responsible man that believes in low taxes and freedoms, get the F out of here. All right, there you go. 365 people. Hey guys, what's up? Subscribe to the channel if you kindly. We're good. Look, I'll see here. Aaron, what are you gonna do if you get to 100,000? I'll stop asking you to subscribe to the channel. We'll be done. And then that's more Cappy material for you. All right, see you guys later. Toodles.